welcome back. It's so good to see you. So, today's video, I just want to talk about some things. It's going to be kind of like a life update slash channel update. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. There is going to be some changes to the channel, but I feel like I need to explain why. So that's why it's going to be kind of like a life update, because it's what's been going on with me. So it's summer. How has your summer been so far? Hopefully good. I hope so. I thought that I would be getting a break because it's summer. I don't have to have all these time restraints and schedules with school and waiting around and, stuff like that. But it's actually gotten more hectic, more crazy. The kids are home. They want to do this, they want to do that, they want to go to the pool. And it's like my summer schedule is a lot more busier. So recording has gotten harder for me, not just because of the kids being home, but for other reasons. I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, so some of you don't know this. I feel like most of you do know, but I have multiple sclerosis. I've talked about it multiple times. If you want to know about like how I got it, not how I got it, but like my symptoms and stuff, I actually made a video in the Storytime playlist that talks all about it. So I'm not going to get into, how I found out about it or anything like that, but I do want to talk about it because I've mentioned before that I am not on medication. I was on medication probably like 3 years ago. I was on medication for a full year, and it was Aubagio. It's like this pill that you take once a day, maybe twice a day. I feel like it was once a day though. I don't know. Anyway, and it didn't really help. It didn't take away any of my symptoms, and it made me feel worse because I don't know if you know anything about MS medication, but it's terrible. It's like poison. Most of them are forms of chemotherapy, because it's with MS, your body is attacking itself. And what does it attack? It attacks your brain and it attacks your spine. So the chemotherapy type of medications are trying to kill off parts of your body that it's trying to kill off, that because your immune system is attacking itself, so it's trying to kill that off to stop that, but I don't know. Anyway, so I told my doctor at the time medication didn't work, so he upped the medication. Well, didn't up anything except the side effects. It was awful. So I stopped taking that medication, and then my doctor just left the practice, but there was no doctor to replace him, and there still isn't. They were like, we'll call you when there's another doctor. There was no referrals given, nothing. So I went like a full year with no medication, and I felt like I was fine. I wasn't fine, but it's just because I had stopped that medication, all those other bad side effects of the medication stopped. So I was just feeling my MS symptoms, but I felt better than when I was on it, right? So then I was like, I'm just not going to take medication. And then the symptoms got worse. But like last summer, I made a video similar to this. I had an appointment with a new doctor, but I was going to try and deal with it myself through vitamins and exercise and eating, and I felt like I was okay. I think I was lying to myself, but So when the doctor appointment came up, I canceled it because I don't want to go to the doctor. I just don't. And so I just skipped it. But ever since February, like, I was diagnosed with relapse and remitting MS, which means that you have symptoms during a relapse, and then your symptoms go away, and then you're in remission, and then they come back and stuff, so it's relapsing and remitting. So it's like breaks in between your relapses, right? I don't think that I have that. I think that I have secondary progressive MS, which means that you are always in a relapse and it's just slowly progressing, because I don't ever get a break from my symptoms ever. That's just my life now. But ever since February, I've been getting more symptoms piled on top of the symptoms that I already have. And it's pretty bad. Like, I know I mentioned it in another video, but I actually lost the ability to walk altogether for like a whole day. And then I was like, I have to go to the doctor, because that was like, I have walking difficulties. But that day was really, really, really bad. Like, my husband had to drag me around, basically. So I was like, well, this is too much. I have to make a doctor's appointment. But since I canceled and it's a new doctor, I had to wait a really long time to get an appointment. I had an appointment in May, but the doctor rescheduled for some reason. So now I have an appointment coming up on Thursday, and I'm not rescheduling it. I am going, because ever since February, it's like just more on top of the normal symptoms, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm getting worse. I know I'm getting worse. It's really bad and intense, and like some of these new symptoms, like, I'm just exhausted. I am so exhausted. I've never been so exhausted before. And I'm having major walking difficulties. Like, I'm having to use my cane a lot. And I have the two new symptoms that are actually quite bad. One of them is I can't focus on things properly. Like, it feels like my eyes are like having a seizure inside, they're like moving around like this. That's how I'm seeing the world, but they're not moving. My eyes are totally normal and still, but everything is going like this. So it's really, really hard for me to focus. And I'm kind of mad because I just bought this massive diamond painting, and it's huge. Like, I want to say it's like 2 by 3 feet. Like, it's a big one, and it's so cool. And I got the little square diamond painting, or the little square diamonds, so that there's no space in between. And I got to work on it for like a couple of days over 2 weeks. But now with this thing, I can't even focus on putting the diamonds down, and I'm like pissed about it because I really wanted to do that. I actually started recording a video that I was gonna like chop up for you guys, like the unboxing and like the showing of the setting up, and then I was gonna show you the finished result. But like, how can I even continue with that video, because I can't even focus on the diamonds? You know what I mean? It's like very hard for me to focus on the camera right now, because it's like, and then I have this other symptom, and this is on top of all my other symptoms. And I'm not going to get into the symptoms, but I had to make a list, because one of them is I can't concentrate on things. I can't remember. I'm very foggy. Like it's real hard for me to like focus and pay attention and stuff like that. So I had to make a list. Me and my husband sat down and we made a list of all the symptoms that I have like on a normal basis, plus the new ones that have been piled on top. And I have 23 things that I'm dealing with every day. And it sucks. It sucks. I counted them out when we were done, and I have 23 symptoms. Like, I just wish I was normal again. But, see, I just lost what I was going to say. Oh, so one of these new symptoms that is really pissing me off is nausea. And apparently nausea only affects 10% of people with multiple sclerosis. I'm one of the lucky ones. I get so nauseous that I can't eat at all. I can't look at anything. Nothing to do with food, or I will just, and I'm talking, it'll last for days. Like, I will go 2 or 3 days without eating food, and I know that's bad, so I try and eat something, and I just can't. It's awful. But then the nausea will go away for like a day or two, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can eat, so I eat. But it's like, it's this weird cycle of not eating and then eating, not eating. It's so, I know it's not healthy, but there's nothing that I can do about it. Because even if I try and eat, I can't keep it up. It's just, it's like, it's awful. It's so, it makes me mad because I like eating. I enjoy eating food, and like, it sucks because like my kids and my husband, they'll be eating and I'm just like, oh, gross. I don't know, it's very annoying. But like, on top of that, I'm just so drained. I'm so drained. And it makes me feel like I'm being lazy. Like I'm still doing stuff with my kids, but it's really hard. It's really, really hard. I don't want to take things away from them, like going to the pool, and I'm like, I gotta try and stay active. Because I feel like if I stop, then it's gonna get worse, but it's like, it's really, really hard. And like, I've been reading articles about, like, what is the deal? And they think they have found the cause of MS. And it's like, in medical journals, there's articles, you can look it up. Like, doctors are talking about it in conferences and stuff like that. Supposedly, the cause of multiple sclerosis is the Epstein-Barr virus, which is also called mononucleosis, which is also called mono. And I had mono when I was 16, maybe 17. And when I started finding that out, I was just like, okay, so what is the percentage of people who've had mono get MS? Look it up. It's 100%. 100%. Now, it's not saying that if you've had mono, you're 100% going to get MS. But everyone who has MS, 100% of those people have had mono. So then I start beating myself up about it because I feel like it's my fault. And because mono is also called like the kissing disease or whatever, because you get it from saliva, so like kissing somebody. But that's not how I got it. I know exactly the moment that I got it, and it wasn't from kissing someone. I was at my friend's house. We were in her backyard, and she had this drink. I don't know if it was a Sonic drink or a smoothie or whatever, but I do remember that she said it was fantastic and I should try it. And I am a germaphobe. I don't do that. I don't know why I did this, but I remember picking up the cup and drinking it. I don't remember drinking it. I don't remember the drink. But that was the moment. And I'm like hating myself for it because of that one choice, that one decision that I normally would have never done because I'm such a germaphobe. That one decision, that one drink ruined the rest of my life. Choices matter, no matter how small they are. Choices matter. Why did I do that? Like, why? I'm sorry. It's just, I'm mad. I'm mad, you know? Because that one drink, I have to be like this now. I hate that. And that girl, we are friends on Facebook. She has MS. So, because she had mono, I guess she was still carrying the whatever. That's in the past. But I just think it's so interesting that, like, you don't think that just your choices matter like that, but they do. That one simple act of taking a sip from that one drink that I never would have done. That's Ava downstairs, if you can hear her. That affected the whole rest of my life, you know? It just sucks. It sucks. But, you know, the reason that I'm saying all this is because my symptoms are getting worse, and it's harder for me to do things, you know? So, for the past 2.5 years, I've been releasing a video every single day. I skipped one day because I was in the emergency room. But I don't think that I can do it anymore. I'm not quitting the channel. I'm not doing that because I like doing this, you know, but it's like I'm just so drained, you know? So I think that I might have to pull it back, you know, and just make maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, you know? And I know that you're not going to hold it against me. You guys are like the best subscribees ever. Like, if anything's going on with my life, you guys are always very supportive and kind and stuff. Nobody has ever been mean to me, and I really appreciate that. My mom told me like a week or 2 ago, she's like, you know, you've been getting a lot more subscribers lately. I need you to prepare yourself for people to start being mean, because she's like, as soon as you know, the subscriber count grows, people start being mean to you. And I'm like, I've heard that, you know, but I haven't had to deal with that. So thank you for being so nice to me, you know. So, and I've been going back and forth on this because I just feel like, am I being lazy? You know, like, you can do it, but I'm tired. I am so tired, and it's been getting harder, a lot harder for me to make videos, not just because the kids are home, but it's just, I'm so tired all the time, and I'm part of a group on Facebook. It's an MS, multiple MS groups on Facebook, and because of this whole Epstein-Barr virus mono discovery, somebody said in that group, they were like, that explains it, because if you've ever had mono, you're so tired. I remember when I had mono, I was so tired that I literally was in a coma on my mom's couch for a week, a whole week. She had to call, because I couldn't do anything but just be in a coma on the couch. I don't even know if I got up to go to the bathroom or eat anything, but that's how tired I feel now. But I'm not a teenager. I have kids. I have a husband. I have a life. I can't just go into a coma on the couch for a whole week. I have people that I'm responsible for and that I gotta take care of, and I have to just continue on through that exhaustion, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. I'm hoping that this new doctor will help me get on a medication that is not so bad. I've researched medications, and they're terrible. They're all awful. They all have terrible, terrible side effects. And I don't want to take medication, but I obviously need to, because it's getting real, real bad. And the medication doesn't take it away, but it slows the progression down. And I was thinking about it, and I've had MS since, I know that I've had MS since my son was born, because that's when the first symptoms started happening. I thought it was something to do with childbirth or whatever, but looking back, that was my first symptom. So I've had MS for 8 years. I've only been medicated for 1. So I've probably been hurting myself this entire time. And I'm mad at myself for that. But I don't want to go to the doctor. I'm going to. I don't want to, because first of all, they're going to do blood work, which I freak out with needles, and thinking about the inside of my body, it just grosses me out, and the blood, and just, I don't want to do blood work, but they're going to do it. I know it. Then I'm going to go, and I'm going to have to explain all of this to her, give her my records from the other doctor, and then she's going to have to make me go to do an MRI. I know that. And I know 100% that I have more lesions. I know it. Before, I will do an update video letting you know what happened after all that whole process. Before, I had 3 lesions. We'll see how many I have now. I'm pretty sure it's more. I can feel it. I can't actually feel it, oh, there's one right here. But, I'm just getting so bad that there's got to be, But it's it sucks. It just sucks, this decision. Because, okay, I can get on pills, or I can get, I think I'm going to ask her about this one medication. I can't remember the name of it right now, just because I'm all over the place. But there's this one medication that does include a needle, but they have an option to where it looks like an EpiPen, so you don't see the needle. You just stick it on your leg and you click it, and then there you go, right. I think I might be able to handle that. That is like a once a week type of medication. Um, or they also have it pre-filled syringes, but I don't want to do that because that would be like me seeing the needle go into myself and then shoot, like, I don't want to do that. But the pills are all bad. All the pills are bad. I can't do IV infusions. I can't do that. No. But the pills are all bad because all the pills, like, are just, the side effects are terrible. But they all have PML as a side effect. And PML is some sort of like brain thing. I can't remember, but it's like, if you get PML, you have these symptoms that resemble a relapse. And you need to tell your doctor about them immediately, because if you don't, you could just die, like, real quick. Because PML is deadly. So I'm worried about that because I don't have a break between my symptoms. It's just all the time, every day. You know what I mean? So how would I know? I would just be like, oh, I guess this symptom is happening right now, and I wouldn't know. So there would be nothing to report because I wouldn't be able to tell, and then I'd just die. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So it sucks. How do I take medication and risk dying, or have all these terrible side effects that just make me miserable, or I just don't take medication and be miserable all the time and it progresses faster until I die? What kind of choice is that? That is a terrible choice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And this isn't good to do. I'm stressing myself out, and stress is very bad for MS. I don't know. Obviously, this is a venting video, but it also has to do with the channel. It does, because I can't release a video every day. I've done it for 2.5 years. That's hundreds and hundreds of videos. I don't even know. I don't know how many videos that is, but it's hundreds of them, you know? And I feel bad and lazy because I'm not going to be releasing a video every day. It's going to be once or twice a week. But that's just how it's going to have to be right now. Maybe the doctor will get me on some magical medication that will just work for me, and I won't have any symptoms anymore, and I'll be full of energy, and then I'll get to make all the videos, and I'll get to do all the stuff, and I'll get to eat, and, you know, but let's just have fingers crossed for that. I don't know. I'm very dizzy right now, so it's kind of hard to... Oh, that's another thing that's been going on. I'm just very dizzy. I think it's because of this whole vision thing, you know. But anyway, so I hope that you don't mind less videos, and let me know, like, what videos you want most of. I'm sure, because we're getting towards the end of the video, not everybody watches towards the end of the video, but if you do and you are here, what type of videos do you want me to make? I know a lot of people like the true crime videos. That requires a lot of research, which might be difficult because of the reading, you know? Like, even watching TV is kind of hard for me. It's like, it's a lot of work. So, that sucks. But, like, I don't even know. Like, maybe People magazines, the flip-throughs, like, what kind of videos do you like? And maybe those are the type of videos that I can try and make. I don't know. But I definitely will let you know, probably not after Thursday, what the doctor said, because it's going to be a whole series of doctor visits. I'm going to have to do the initial one, then I'm going to have to do the MRI, then I'm going to have to do the one after the MRI where we talk about the MRI and then we talk about medications, and then I have to go back after like a month of doing whatever medication we decide. So who knows? You'll probably get an update on that either at the end of the month or sometime next month. I don't know, but I just wanted to give you a heads up because you're going to notice there's going to be a lot less videos, but it's just because I'm so tired and I just can't right now, you know. I don't want to completely give it up though, because I really like this. I like making videos. I like doing this, you know. It's like my hobby that I really enjoy. So it kind of sucks that I can't even do my hobby, you know. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know. It wasn't really an MSE, an ASMR video, but you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.